This rugged port is located on the P2272, about 50 kilometers southeast of Calvinia and 25 kilometers west-northwest of Middelbos, and parallels the north-south running Roggeveldberge, which form the western side of the Tankwa Karoo. Not many people know about this port, which with a length of 5.6 kilometers and an altitude gain of 144 meters, hugs the western side of the Kareehoutrivierpoort. A huge bushfire had swept through the port just days before we filmed it, leaving it looking rather barren, blackened and stony, but normally this is a fairly well-watered port, offering lovely scenery and some greener vegetation. We filmed this port from north to south. As the northern side of the port is approached, a jumble of mountains loom ahead, appearing to completely block the way through. On your left there are 4 distinct peaks, ranging between 1,473 and 1,563 meters, the latter being the Hoëberg. To your right there are 3 distinct peaks. These are Vaalbakenseberg at 1,448 meters, and slightly to the right is Witbakenseberg at 1,522 meters, which is the highest of the 3, and a little further to the right is the lower point of Tolpunt at 1,425 meters. Bisecting these mountains is a small river, the Kareehoutrivier, which has carved a poort out between these mountains and provided the natural route for a road to be built. The pass starts at its northern side at a cattle grid at an altitude of 1,261 meters, adjacent to the farm Kareehoutrivier, which is on your right. A glance to the left will show the ravine splitting into 2 as a second river feeds into the Kareehoutrivier. This smaller stream has the peculiar name of Vrothoutkloof. As the early Dutch settlers were a practical bunch, the names were inevitably accurate and descriptive. The road reaches its steepest point along this next section at 1 in 11, and another 4 easier bends are followed by a sharp blind rise with some big rocks right next to the road on the left, effectively blocking your vision. As this short climb is cleared, the view is immediately transformed as the narrow confines of the poort give way to a small plateau where there are a number of interesting ruins and an occupied farmhouse. This farm is called Knagsbank and makes its appearance at the 4.6 kilometer mark. From this point, the rest of the pass is fairly straightforward, and it's a bit of an anticlimax after the more dramatic scenery within the poort. The road, however, continues climbing at a more gentle gradient of 1 in 25 up a wide and featureless slope. With an average gradient of 1 in 39, this poort is fairly easy and is suitable for all vehicles. The entire road, however, is not, and a high clearance vehicle is recommended. Although the road surface was fairly reasonable on the day of filming, like most of the roads in this drier part of South Africa, it is susceptible to corrugations. The best way to deal with corrugations is A, to drive slowly, and B, to deflate tire pressures to at least 1.4 bar. This will provide a more comfortable ride, better traction and safety, and a reduction in the chance of getting punctures. There are 1 or 2 gentle bends along this final section, and the pass ends after a final big left-hand bend at the crossing of a second cattle grid at the 5.6 kilometer point at an altitude of 1,405 meters.